So in today's video, man, I wanted to talk about discipline. Because the more you look around, bro, in today's world, discipline is almost non-existent. Nobody really has discipline anymore. And in my opinion, social media has a lot to do with that. People get on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and they see stuff, they hear about stuff, and then they instantly want it, and they don't have the discipline to tell themselves, no, not right now, this is not part of the goal, this is not part of, where I'm trying to go, and most people, they just don't have discipline. And I wanted to talk about this, because like I just said, most people don't have discipline. Meaning, most people don't have delayed gratification. Meaning, like I just said, they see something and they instantly want it. They don't have the delayed gratification to tell themselves, no, not right now, I'll get it later. Or no, let me put this off right now so I can accomplish what I'm actually trying to accomplish. And then, when we're on social media, we're seeing all this stuff. We're seeing all the wants that we want. We're seeing, trips that we could be taking, and, so social media has a way of affecting people in today's world, bro. Because, like, you see it, and you're just like, I want it. They don't have delayed gratification. They cannot tell themselves no. And in order to accomplish your goals, in order to get where you want to go, you have to have some type of discipline. You have to have some type of delayed gratification. And that brings to sacrifice too. If you want to accomplish something, a lot of the times, you have to have some sort of sacrifice. Whether it be time, money, or whatever the case may be. So discipline and sacrifice, they kind of go hand in hand. Discipline is something that we're not born with. Discipline is not something that we can just, oh, I got discipline. Discipline takes time to master. Discipline itself is a skill set. A skill set that you develop over time with repetitions. It's really not easy to be disciplined. In today's world, they make it so hard to be disciplined. In today's world, the accessibility that we have in today's world, they make it so easy to just go do what you want to do. They make it so hard to not have delayed gratification. Delayed gratification in today's world is, like I said, is almost non-existent, bro. And if you have something you're trying to accomplish, bro, I can almost guarantee you that you have to have some type of discipline, some type of delayed gratification to get where you want to go. And another thing, bro, is discipline and patience also come hand in hand. So sometimes all discipline is being patient. And the Bible talks a lot about patience, bro. Patience is a virtue. You have to have some type of patience. And patience and discipline, like I said, they can go hand in hand. They really can. They can go hand in hand. If you got patience, 9 times out of 10, you have discipline. Because being patient is, you're probably waiting on something that you can probably have now, but you decide to put it off for something else. Not saying that you're not going to go get or do whatever it is you want to do, but that's not in the mindset right now. That's not what we're doing. We're going to delay the gratification and put this off for a later date because I have something else in mind that I'm trying to accomplish. I have something else that I'm wanting to do. So I need to have discipline. I need to have delayed gratification. So it's a mindset, bro. And you build the mindset over time with repetition. We're not born with it. We don't automatically just have discipline. And it's hard. It's hard, bro. You know what I mean? And to this day, I still practice discipline. You know what I mean? And when I started to, you know, grasp discipline, it took me a while and it took me a lot of repetitions to get to where I am right now when it comes to discipline or delayed gratification. You know what I mean? There are a lot of things right now that I would love to go buy. There are a lot of things right now that I would love to go do. But right now, that's not in the goal. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish right now. In order for me to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish, I have to have delayed gratification. You know what I mean? You got to have delayed gratification. Another example could be, you know, something little, you know, not a big example. Would be you're in the grocery store and, you know what I mean, you're in the checkout line, and they set up those checkout lines, bro. They set it up for reasons. There's a reason why it's set up the way it's set up. You know what I mean? They put these little things here at the checkout line. That way you're standing there and you're looking around waiting to be checked out, and you got chips here, you got candy over here, you got chocolate over here. You know what I mean? Little nitpick stuff here and there. And you're just like, oh, it ain't but a couple bucks. Let me go ahead and grab it. It's accessible. It's right there. You're waiting already. Oh, let me go and get it. It's only $2. Let me go and grab that. Instead of having some delayed gratification, you know what I mean? You have, say you're trying to save money. And in order to save money, you have to have delayed gratification. Well, maybe you're talking about, well, it's only $2. Yeah, I get it's only $2. But what you don't get is $2 add up over time. You know what I mean? So when we're in these checkout lines, we have to have discipline. We have to have delayed gratification. Because they set these lines up to go against us, bro. They set these lines up so we do spend money. It's all, they do it for a reason. You know, there's a reason why each aisle is set up the way it's set up. It's set up it's set up so that you spend money. I mean, their whole goal, a whole grocery store's goal is to get you to go in there and buy some stuff, bro. And a lot of the times when you're in these checkout lines, these little bags of chips, you know, these little candy bars, you know what I mean? A lot of the times, they're marked up a little bit. You know what I mean? You could get it a little bit cheaper, but you don't have the discipline or delayed gratification. You know what I mean? This is right here. This is in my face. I can just go ahead and grab it. I'll spend a few extra bucks, and I'll just get this. Rather than having delayed gratification and shopping around for that thing. Maybe you could find it a lot cheaper, bro. You know what I mean? We have to have delayed gratification. And I have found that, you know, on my journey of practicing discipline and practicing delayed gratification, part of my journey that's helped me along the way, bro, is knowing my why. You know what I mean? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? You know what I mean? Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? It helps. You have to have your why. Why am I doing it? Well, for me, bro, I want a better life. I want a good life from my kids. I want a good life from my wife. You know what I mean? I want to be able to go out and help people. You know what I mean? Whether that be time or money. You know what I mean? I want to help people. You know what I mean? So I have a why. You know what I mean? I want to take care of my family. You know what I mean? I don't want to struggle. I don't want my kids to struggle. You know what I mean? So me practicing discipline, me practicing delayed gratification, that's my why. You know, I have a good why as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So guys, let's go out here, let's start practicing discipline, bro. Let's start practicing delayed gratification, because it's something that takes time to master, bro. I wasn't always good with discipline, bro. There was a time in my life where I didn't even really know what discipline was. I didn't know what delayed gratification was. If you see something and you had the money, I'm gonna go get it. I got the money. Why am I being disciplined? Why am I delaying gratification? When I have the money, I can go get it. When you think about it like that, yeah. But when you have a why as to why you're doing what you're doing, it helps, bro. It helps. So guys, let's get on this journey and let's practice delayed gratification and let's practice discipline. It takes time to master, and if you slip up, you slip up, bro. That's part of it. That's why we call it practicing discipline, practicing delayed gratification, bro. Because it's all set up against us. So it's not easy to do in today's world. So I challenge y'all, man. Let's start practicing some discipline and some delayed gratification, bro. And let me know how it helps, bro. You know what I mean? Spend a few months just practicing discipline. And let's see how much money you can save. Let's spend a few months practicing discipline. And let's see how much time you can save, bro. You know what I mean? Discipline can be your secret sauce for life, bro. Discipline can be your secret sauce as to why you are where you are. Discipline can get you to where you want to go. Think about discipline as the secret sauce, bro. It's the secret sauce in that pasta, homie. It's the secret sauce, bro. So guys, let's practice some discipline, bro, and some delayed gratification. Let's just practice it for a few months, bro. And just, you know, do a little recap and see how it's helped you. How much have you grown since I started this little journey? You know what I mean? But guys, if y'all got anything out of this video, man, make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.